let's stop the music and get you to this sim. Hello dear friends, welcome to this video. I was meant to do this yesterday. I had internet issues, of course. I've been onto my ISP today to get them solved, and well, it's faster than it was. So we're going to see how it goes. Let me know, chaps, picture quality and goodness knows what, and sound quality. Right, City Update 4. This is what I wanted to stream. Let me just make sure that I've got you on the right screen. Hello, Mike, and hello, Yuri, is it? I believe. Is it Yuri? Anyway, hello, chaps. Thanks for joining me, and anybody else who is here. So yeah, this is the City Update 4. There's a handcrafted airport in the City Update. I don't know if you knew that. I believe it's Cologne Bonn. Is that the way you pronounce it? Cologne Bonn Airport? Now, as a French translation, that would mean good cologne, wouldn't it? I'm not sure. But it's an airport, EDDK, handcrafted in Germany. It's in Germany's 4th largest city. And it's quite a nice handcrafted airport. I don't know if you've taken a look at this, but this is as good as a payware airport. I was looking around this the other day. There you go, you got the DHL. Ignore the engine sound in the back. I've got my 182 on pause, active pause, but it still makes noises. Look at the quality of this airport though. And there's even, see if I can find them, well rehearsed as always, there's even internals in this airport. Let's take a closer look at this part. And look at this for a free update. There you go. And we'll come down here, and you can even see flags and goodness knows what, and isn't that amazing? Let's see if I can find those internals for you. There is a sort of one of the terminals is modelled as well. Now, which terminal is it? Well, we can go inside there. Yeah, there we go. So there we go. I'll slow down my drone translation speed. Not so much that it stops altogether. There you go. Some internals as well. Nothing quite like Huddison's camera work, eh? I'm trying my best. Do bear with me. Let's go a little bit quicker. So there you go. You got an internal modelling of one of the terminals as well, which is quite nice. And a nice, interesting view there, isn't it? I've not fully explored this, but this is part of the City Update 4. That's just dropped. It dropped a couple of days ago. I was meant to live stream yesterday. But like I said, I've just been onto my ISP today to get some issues resolved, and they've resolved some issues. There you go, look at this. Resolved some issues. I can actually hopefully live stream now. Let me just make sure, chaps. How's the live stream? Is it okay? Just checking in, Peter. Good to see you. Jory? That'll have to pass from me, I'm afraid. I'm not the best at pronunciation at the best of times, but I do try. So there you go. One of the handcrafted airports. One of the internals. Isn't that nice? And all free, completely free. You don't pay a penny for this. Part of City Update 4. So I just thought I'd start us off with this tour of this airport. Let's go to this part here, give you the whole tour. You could spend a while going around this one. It's like a giant car park, possibly. Yep, parking. There we go. And what we'll do, we'll carry on to, let's see, we'll carry on to one of the cities in a moment. So I'll go back to the world map and take us to one of the cities. I believe it's Ghent. Around that part, and Brussels. Looks like it's been updated quite a bit. So there you go. Just thought I'll start us off with that airport. Very nice. I'll be flying in and out of this one myself a few times, I can imagine. So I'll tell you what, there you go. You can explore that at your own leisure. Let's get back to the main menu. I'll do this live with you and catch up with you all. Rotterdam, I think I've tried a little bit. Streams on Hudson, yeah, I know, tell me about it. Seems okay for now, great. Yeah, like I said, they do seem to have... I'm not BT, no, I'm with Vodafone, which seem just as bad, really. Canadian humour, we call them parking lots. Yeah, fair enough. Car parks, we called it. Yeah, a park for cars, how's that? Hello, Dan, how you doing? Let me just get us to where we need to be for this flight we're going to do. So we're going to explore Ghent and a bit of Brussels as well. So we need to depart from EBBI. If you want to join me, chaps, I'm on South Asia server. Now, what's on earth's it taking me into there? That wasn't very clever, was it? Let's try that again. Why is it zooming to what? I want it to zoom in over here. Never mind. Have I got a bit of drift? Yep. Bit of drift with my Xbox controller corrected now. Right, so what we'll do, we'll set as departure from here. Set as departure. And we'll fly over to, I've written this down, just so, EBUL, which is, EBUL is just a bit further than, there it is. So set as arrival here, rather. Set as departure from Brussels National, and then we'll explore a little bit of Brussels as well. Why not? We'll add that, and off we go. That should be fine. Should be. Famous last words. So where am I flying over? I believe it's pronounced Ghent. Someone can correct me if not. It's an important port city, so we'll explore the port as well. Port centre, and the third largest city in Belgium. The port of Ghent, the third busiest seaport in the country, is connected to the North Sea via the Ghent Canal, Ghent and something else Canal, and Western, whatever. Anyway, let's explore this one for a while. Streams well, thanks Peter. Yeah, I've said hello to everybody else there, that's great. Yeah, let's get on with this one. And I did fly around this, and this is quite interesting. Now, yesterday, like I said, I was having a few ISP issues, so the, yeah, it has quite a lot of photogrammetry in this area, and it wasn't behaving too well for me yesterday, so we'll see what it's like today with hopefully a better ISP, better behaving ISP, if it loads in. That will have to wait to be. So what else have you explored, chaps, in this city update? Have any of you explored it? Well worth an exploration. Something we must do. We've got a Scottish live stream. Susie is going to host a Scottish live stream for us this Sunday. But something I would love to do when a city update hits or world update hits, I try to do a live stream like this. Like I said, I tried to do it yesterday, but I had no joy. But what we should be doing is doing a group flight when the city update hits. Bit difficult because you've only got a few days to get a plan together, essentially. But there you go, look at this. So that'll be Brussels ahead of us, I believe. And we'll make our way to Ghent. I'll just let it load in a little bit. In the Cessna 182 here. It's kind of the best aircraft, one of the best aircraft to do this kind of flight in. Let's go ready to fly. Is Flow gonna load in? There we go, Flow's loaded in. Let's live weather. Not keen on that. It was better weather yesterday, I've got to say. Let's go few clouds. And we can go like that. Press the B on my keyboard. Altimeter is correct. Autopilot altitude. Let's see. Let's get the right switch. 1000 to 1300. We'll try that. Got my multi-panel attached, so I'm just moving my heading bug to my general direction. You can probably see it there on the compass display. And there we go. That will do. So let's throttle up and get up in the air and explore a bit of these city updates. There we go, I don't have any flaps in, that's good. What I can see from my flaps lever, it's up. be a better way of looking at it. I'll let the aircraft take off on its own accord here. Something this and the Grand Caravan likes to do, so I won't disturb it. There we go, it'll just lift off the ground by itself. Very nice. It's a lazy way of flying. Gear up. And just trim down a little bit before I go into... Let's see, we'll go into autopilot and heading mode to begin with. And then I'll bring back my throttle to about halfway because this zips along, and we'll get towards this city part to see some of these city updates. Sundays are not good for you, Mike. I'm afraid Friday or Saturdays are absolute best. Okay, well, yeah, I prefer streams, to be honest, because I'm working the next day, preparing for work on Sunday. It's never the best time. I just try and do my best. Yeah, work, but you're checking later. Okay, rifle, no problem. I love the 182. Yeah, it's one of my favourite GA aircraft at the moment. Very close to the Cessna 172 in my heart, I've got to say. I like the G1000s on the Cessna 172. I like the dials on this, and I'm learning more about this Garmin system as well. Is that the G530? What's going on there? Ah. Never had that happen before. Let's try that again. Yeah, I've got a bit of drift going on with my Xbox controller there, I think. Okay. I'll fix that later. In fact, you'll hear a beep. We don't need the Xbox controller. Where are we going? So I can take it out. There we go, that's better. Is that the G530? Or G530? Someone let me know. I should know about that. I think I did mention it in my review. I've just forgotten. Anyway, learning more about that, because it's quite a capable Garmin system as well. First time here, using the Logitech Flight. Yo, I've got a couple of videos planned for it. I do use it, and I want to get back to using it, so watch out. Ideally, I want to get a video out for it tomorrow. I've been recording something on it, so if I can get one out. I do have points of interest on, by the way, chaps, for this, landmarks, because... you know, we're flying over a city update, and it's good to see what's been added. Now, I believe this is this Brussels? Because we're in Brussels National Airport, just taken off. You'll hear some bleeps and blops in the background. I'm just loading little nav map, because that's a good way of telling where you are at the moment. VFR map as well, but little nav map's a little bit more detailed. There you go, that's a bleep for you. Do we get another bleep? No. It's not centering over my aircraft. Joy. What are you doing, little nav map? That's no good. I'll restart little nav map. Joys of live streaming. I should have had that up and running, but never mind. We'll try again. And let's just see while that's loading in the background. Having no luck with that at the moment. Let's just center over my aircraft. Right. Okay. Got an invisible aircraft on little nav map, but I can kind of see where we are. So there we go. I'm not sure if this part, it looks to me, I think I've flown over here before. You can see the photogrammetry there, not always the best, but that could be to do with either my ISP or the servers. But it looks like they've added more photogrammetry. I could be wrong in this area. In Ghent, you can definitely see it. It's quite a nice little city, Ghent, once we get towards it. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in my pronunciation, which I often am. There we go, I just keep on heading mode for the moment. Just fly around this area, let this photogrammetry load in a little bit better. Oh, dear. Oh, one or two buildings are. There we go. Like I said, I tried to load up my rolling cache with this. It looks like I didn't fly past this part. Never mind. Anyway, what we'll do, let's just see if it locks onto our nav now. To our GPS. Yeah, GPS has gone green, so we'll fly towards Ghent and we'll see sights along the way. I think that's the best thing to do, because it's going to be about maybe half an hour flight anyway. So the Palais de Justice in Brussels there. Probably there before, because it's quite a famous building, so I can imagine a lot of these landmarks were in. When photogrammetry is behaving, it does look quite nice. It does look like they've added quite a lot in this area. That's terrible at the moment. I do apologise. Let's hope it improves. It's probably going to improve as we fly away from it. Even London looks better than that for me. Oh dear. Could just be congested servers at the moment. Let's just see. The government's got me a little stump to that. I like the Direct 2. Do you mean the Garmin, Dan? The Garmin, yeah, you mentioned the Garmin later. Yeah, you do have a Direct 2 or in the 182 as well. It's just a little bit more complicated. So you go Direct 2, right click here, and then I'm not sure if there's keyboard entry, so you've got to use this little knob to get these letters up. And then you can change these letters by going over each one. So if I go there, use a little knob. So the outer knob here, little knob. To change these, and then you can, you can enter your airports that way. Anyway, I will come back to these other Garmins in a separate video, because I want to explore them a little bit more. That's a good view, isn't it? There we go. That's a little bit better. And you can see now the photogrammetry, famous last words, is starting to behave somewhat. It's looking a little bit better. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you. So even on the outskirts of the city, it looks like it's been updated, and the land around it as well, which is nice. There we go. That's a good view. I'll stop zooming around for you. The command sheet entered your wallet due to the exchange rate, so I'll wait for the December holiday, and who knows, maybe there will be an update for a good aircraft. You never know. What do you mean you're sorry about the Logitech yoke, Mike? It's still great. Still wait for the video that I'm going to hopefully release tomorrow. I've got one planned and a little bit recorded for tomorrow. It's not a bad joke at all to start with. Still one of my favourites. So there we go, flying around the outskirts. Let me just check with little nav map to see if it's keeping up with me. Not at all, little nav map. I'm going to start it in administrator mode. Let's just see if that works for me. Usually it behaves fine. Could be a confliction. It's happened before when I've recorded, actually, if I've not had little nav map up. Yeah, it's not behaving. Not behaving for me. Ah well. Anyway, we are flying somewhat towards Ghent. I'll leave that up, see if it starts behaving. Lots of little windmills down here. Windmills? Wind farms? There you go, lots of little wind farms. And it looks like they've added lots of little buildings around. So all the way from Brussels to Ghent, you're going to find sort of possibly new added features. And it would be great to do some kind of group flight around here. And Prague as well, we've missed that. You had an update for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Just a sec there. Bloody hearts in a way. Try and get rid of that. Was this a new scenery? But yeah, this is a new scenery, Mike. Sorry, yeah, it's a city update. Sorry, when I'm trying to read some of your chats, they've added... I can move this around, that would be better. They've added that little heart in the bottom right corner of chat. It can sometimes get in the way. Okay, I'll come back to that later. There's possibly a way of me moving that around, because I can't sometimes see the most recent chat properly. or one or two words of it. So there you go. Just outside of Brussels, going towards Ghent, you've got lots of, looks like lots of added new features and buildings. Maybe what it's as close to real life as they can get it, or more to real life than possibly what it was. Never really flew around this area much apart from Brussels. I didn't fly around Ghent, so I really can't tell you to how it's changed, but it does look good once you get there. And there we go, is little Nabmat behaving for me now? Not at all. That's going to be fun. I think it's quite annoying, guy. True, it's true. Hello! Vamp, how you doing, my friend? It's great to see you. It can be a little bit annoying. It's good for audience participation on larger live streams, but I certainly don't need it. But it's there. What can you do about it? Possibly a way of getting rid of it. There you go. So as we're flying towards Ghent, and you'll start to see city features soon in the distance, it does start to fill out the area. As you can see, I think it looks quite nice, personally. Particularly as it's a part that I don't typically fly over. And I do encourage you to go out and try this route for yourself. I got a server live. Since I've got nobody around me, do I have my name tags turned off? No? I think they're on. Oh well, who knows? Don't see anybody around this area. Huh. Just a sec, my friends. Just make sure I'm not offline. I'm online, yeah. That's absolutely fine. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. So again, looks like little industrial parts there. Couple of pitches, grounds. That'd be a cricket pitch, maybe. Doesn't look like a football pitch, does it? Or does it? Maybe a smaller football pitch. Very nice. Like I say, it's quite easy to see Ghent once it comes up. Now, because I can't get my little nav map working correctly at the moment, it'll work fine once I stop live streaming. If for some reason it's been a bit of a bugger at the moment. There we go. So Ghent is roughly around here, and we're here with the VFR map. So it's just before this airport, so around this part here. But you'll see the cityscapes, and we'll fly around Ghent a little bit to explore the ports. But as you can see, there's a build-up now going into Ghent. Bit of a build-up, some nice buildings. It's the 182 RG. Yeah, the scenery really is awesome, yeah. Killing that bandwidth, I know. Saturday the 13th, the Vancouver area will be better. Looks like a Dalek has been around. Oh dear, is it that bad? Yeah, actually, yes. Whenever I've flown in Vancouver in a sim, it doesn't look great, does it? Yeah, let's hope they do a good job with that. This looks great, yeah. Looks nice. Now, I'm recording, keep in mind, so I'm streaming to the YouTube. And I'm also flying, you know, well, I've actually got a few clouds on, but in a live server. And it's a busy night. But I'm not, I didn't find any degradation with the frames per minute. Frames per second, rather. Find the words tonight, please. Didn't find any degradation at all, so you should find this frame rate friendly from what I've seen, even in the photogrammetry areas. You want the heart to be gone, Dad? Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, that can be useful for some streams, like I say, it just gets in the way of words sometimes. Difficult to know what people are saying at times. Isn't that pretty? So what time of day do I have? Can I get a better time of day? I think I've got yeah, I've pretty much got it There we go. Get it a little bit lighter. I've got it on few clouds preset. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Now I can see more in the distance, further in the distance, and goodness knows what. Look at this, We'll see how Ghent is. When I flew around there the other day offline, so not streaming, the photogrammetry just didn't kick in for me. I did fly around it, so I'm hoping the rolling cache has some remnants of it. But we shall see. There we go. What's my 182 doing speed-wise? I'll bring that speed down a little bit less there. It's about 120, between 100 and 120 knots. Heading bug, I'll swing that back around to my current direction. And that'll be fine. So yeah, Logitech fans, Logitech Yoke fans, don't worry, I've got a couple of videos planned for that. I really want to get back into that, back into the Logitech flight yoke system, or back using it rather. Just put it on heading mode a second. I want to head towards there. You can see the city of Ghent building up, and you can see the build up to it. But now you can actually see the city just ahead there, and there's a port down here which I want to show you. And then we'll fly towards EBUL for a landing. It's just a quick video to show you the city update. We'll keep it going for another half an hour or so. And if you want a longer stream, tune in Sunday. Hopefully the internet will still be behaving. This is lovely. And we can live stream our group flight. Looking forward to that one. Susie, if you're here, please do us proud on that. And like I said, I'll be in your corner to support you. And you've got the gang, of course. But you chaps, if you've never flown in a group flight, I put up a post recently. That is the one to join. Susie's relatively new. She's been in a few flights, to be fair now. So she's not new, but she's relatively new. She's still learning. And she's come up with a newbie course for us on Sunday, 7 PM UK time. Never joined a group flight, that's the one to join, seriously. Come and join. People will see you crash, oh no. I've not locked onto a VOR. Talk about someone else there, Dan. I can lock onto VORs on this. It's just doesn't like when you lock onto VORs and then airports and VORs for some reason. You're thinking of getting a Tobii eye tracker, I'd say go for it. Does it work okay on the Samsung 9 monitor? Read somewhere 32. Yeah, people are using it on 40-odd inch monitors. Contact Tobii themselves if you're not sure. And if you do buy one, go through my affiliate link, please. There is a discount there with it, and I get a bit of a kickback. Why not? Only if you want to, sim pilot, of course. Great, Vamp. Yeah, we're looking forward to you joining us. It seems like a very easy flight. You do hope Logitech Throttle Quadrant. I hope better than the Logitech Throttle Quadrant. Mine lasted 3 months. Oh no! What happened with it? Track IA. Track IA is good as well. Just that Tobii. It's just I don't have it actually turned on at the moment. I've been messing around with my Logitech flight yoke. I don't want to mess around with it now. It could crash the sim. So I've been unplugging USBs and goodness knows what. Track AI is similar to Tobii, Vamp. It's just doesn't have the eye tracking. To my eye, I used the D-line clip, which is similar, not quite as good as Track IR. Anyway, chaps. Yeah, it's not quite as good as Track IR, but it's similar, and it's just not quite as versatile as the Tobii. The Tobii's just there. You don't need to wear anything on your head, and you can just turn it on and off at a whim, basically. And that goes for many people who have tried the Tobii, but some people prefer Track IR, so I'm not going to diss it. So this is the port of Ghent. Wind farms here, of course. As you'll find in ports, industrial units, and goodness knows what. And we'll fly along here. It seems that seems like famous last word, photogrammetry is behaving, but there's not a lot of photogrammetry in this specific area. So we'll fly around. What's my heading? Yeah, I'll turn us around, bank us around in a moment. I'm just trying to work it out. 60, it'll be about 200 from here. 200 degrees to turn around, that's okay, 180. You have three big monitors. I know, you won't be needing that. Yeah, you could use that on the center one anyway, yes. Rosen, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, Wasim is available for both Xbox and PC currently, which is nice. Oh, it's been implemented rather on both platforms, which is good. That's why you've got things like the 737 on Xbox and the 146. Need to get back to my 737-600. A lot of videos planned. It's funny when people ask me. I'll tell you a funny story in a moment, actually. But when people ask me to make videos on certain subjects, you want to look at my list. I've got about 15 videos at the moment I need to do. So yeah, I'll get around to them, chaps. When something like this comes on the market, city updates, I try to live stream it immediately. Apologies. We're only a couple of days late though. Let's bank around to around 210 now. Back towards the city of Ghent. There we go, that will do. So that's the port, heading out to the North Sea via an estuary, I believe. And the blurb on Microsoft page, so it's the Ghent to Nusian Canal and the western, I'm going to butcher that, an estuary of the something river. The waterways off and around Ghent provide spectacular and intriguing backdrops to the myriad vistas of the modern, centuries-old architecture of the city. How's that? So let's go and see some of this architecture. What's this? Very nice. That is a very old industrial. We had them in the north of England. Like for moving blocks or sand or dirt or something down this conveyor belt here. Looks like it. Very nice to see. Might be anyway. It might be something completely different, but it looks like it. They are very. It's a very familiar sight to me. There you go. It looks like photogrammetry is behaving at the moment. Looking good. We were playing a little last night and ran into one of those damn towers. Oh dear. A scenery is so much better than the default, you mean, Vamp? Yep. Possibly a cement factory, yeah, possibly. They do look very familiar to me, those types of structures. There's a lot of them still in the north and mid-England, like Birmingham. As soon as you get to Birmingham, you're going to find a lot of these industrial sites around England. Thankfully, like these chimneys here as well, these are very popular, very common sight in these buildings, old factories. I do like to see it. Particularly because when I grew up, there were a lot of them still in operation. Not the best for the environment, of course, but, you know, what can we do? There were less people back then, at least. More smog, but less people. God, I remember smog. The funny story, I was on to my ISP. Yeah, listen to this. So I told him, you know, first had my Vodafone GigaCube 5G, and I was getting 100 megabits a second download speed and something like 50 upload. And suddenly I dropped to, what, 25 megabit on a good day download, less than 1 megabit upload for the past couple of weeks or something, and it was just impossible. That's why I've not done live streams. So I said to them, look, I know a lot about computers. I worked when in 1995, when Windows 95 came out. I was networking corporate computers together back in those days, so I know quite a bit about software. And that to me is throttling. They're throttling back my speed there. It was fine for a month to get me in, so I didn't return it. And then they throttled it slowly more and more. So he told me to take the SIM out. I took the SIM out. He told me he was going to reset it on his end. He reset it. I got a message. Well, apparently. Put the SIM back in. It started to behave a little bit better. And he said to me, because it's essentially mobile internet. Mobile internet, rather. Sorry, let's carry on around this city while I'm talking. Doesn't it look nice? Because it's mobile internet, you're never going to get 100% speed out of it. I said I know, but at least I want decent speed. That's what I was promised. And I said I'm not oh, that doesn't look good, does it? Unless I get it, I'm going to start going through some kind of court to get my money back, or to get out of contract or something. And he said to me, okay, what you need to do, I'll tell you this little secret. So this is a guy from Vodafone. One of the technicians said, take your SIM out of the GigaCube, put it into your mobile phone overnight and leave it running overnight, and it will update something, and then put it back in and the speeds will increase. So I said to him, look, okay, I took his name, took the reference for the call. I said, I'll try it. I was laughing. I said, I'll try that, but, you know, if it doesn't work, I want to get something done about this, because I'm paying £50 a month for that. And I wasn't happy. Listen, chaps, let's head towards the airport, put it back on nav. Is it locked onto GPS? It has. The 182, by the way, is great. If you're well away from that magenta line, even up here or down here, it will lock onto that GPS. So I'm going to try that tonight anyway. I'm going to take it out of the mobile device. And put it into my mobile phone. That just sounds weird to me. Which cities are included in the update? I can tell you. Well, I'll link. I can't. Oh, can I link this? I can. Just a sec. I'll link the official Microsoft babble on it, and you can go and take a look yourself. So there you go. That'll be coming your way. Now, what's happening with the chat? Used to play the old version of Flight back in the day, 2010. Yeah, oh, Flight, Microsoft. Ah, gotcha, Vamp. Yeah, I mean, I tried Flight Sim 95. Bought my first PC specifically for Flight Sim 95. What a disappointment. That's gonna irk a lot of you who like Flight Sim 95. I prefer Flight Simulator 2 on the Commodore 64, to be honest. The sort of vector graphics. Where are we? Okay, so we're approaching the airport. I wish my little nav map was working. Never mind, it's quite visible, this airport, thankfully. But yeah, we could just fly around for a bit longer if you want. It's still quite a short stream, isn't it? Hi, my cat is cute. How are you doing? So there you go. Tandy, blimey. Played in the 80s on the old Tandy, yeah. Mine was a Commodore 64, my first official flight. Actually, ZX81 was my first official flight sim. Flight sim called Flight, if anybody remembers it. Just called, or was it Flight Simulator? Commodore 64, yeah. I've still got my Commodore, well, I've still got a Commodore 64, which I must get out of the storage cupboard. It's in my little cupboard behind me, because I paid quite a lot on updates for that. Now, okay, let's get you a better sight. So we've flown around Ghent. It's one of the city updates. I've showed you. If you've missed it, let's fly this way. Where's my heading bug? It's there. Fine. I've showed you EDDK, Cologne-Bonn Airport, which is stunning for a freeware airport. It's like a paidware airport. Go and watch the beginning of this stream after we've finished recording. I can get back towards EBUL later. something down here has caught my interest. There we go. Used to have a USA version, blew it away the version, more memory. Which one, the Tandy, Mike, or the Commodore 64? Commodore 64 was the same memory, wasn't it? So you must be talking about the Tandy. So you turned Flight Simulator X on the old PC on the other day. Okay, was fun to do, but won't be going bad. I've still got Flight Simulator X on stream. I still Steam. I still play it now and again. You skip the tape drive. Which computer you're talking about there, Mike? Is it the Tandy or the C64? Or something completely different? I might have lost that in chat. The Commodore 64 is still my favourite computer of all time. Sorry UKers, I know Spectrum is people's favourites, but I was just always one of the cool kids, and we had a Commodore 64 eventually in the house. Well, I had my own Commodore 64, which was nice. A couple of years after, a few years after release, about 1987 I got mine. I was in college at the time. Yeah, great days, great memories. Well, there we go. Nice little industrial unit here. C64. So you had the do you mean you had the 1541 hard drive, the floppy drive? Or did it have? You had the tape reader and everything? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Still got a floppy disk for Flight Sim. Blimey, Ken. Which was that? Flight Sim 1? Oh, that's going to be worth a bit. I've got a partly sealed Flight Simulator 2 version on the Commodore 64. Mint. Very nice. Amiga 500 kids. Sorry chaps, just reading through the... I'll give you a good, better view there. There's an Amiga 500 kid connected to the internet, and then when the net first started. Nice, Rossin! I didn't get to the internet till my first PC, about 1995 was my first internet. And I played Ultima Online for many years, too many hours. 10,000 hours in that multiplayer game. You've got about 20 disc add-ons for Flight Simulator X. They'll be going on sale shortly. Let me know, Flight Sim Pilot. Link in Discord, please. Pictures as well, please. Interested in that type of stuff. Now the cassette tape player. So you had the tape player, yeah, the old, what do they call that? What was the tape player called? I've got one in the cupboard. Balls. It's not called Balls, but I don't remember the name of it. Amiga. I had the Amiga after the Commodore 64. Gave my Commodore 64 to my brother, and I wish I kept it. I had a mountain of games. Had all the Micro Prose games, Gunship, Pirates. I've got Pirates again recently, thankfully. Big box, you know, F-15, F-19 stealth bomber, wasn't it? And the Strike Eagle, all kinds of stuff anyway. If I said I had the upgraded version, you'd be right over. Have you loaded the DA62 in the sim? I've not yet. No, not personally, Wilson. No. Amiga 1200. Yeah, I didn't go that far with that. After the 500, I got the PC, and with PC back in '95, it was fantastic. Where am I flying to? Does it matter? Does it matter? We'll spot an airport around where I can use my Garmin system, but let's use the old VFR map. We can head back. We're actually on a good direction. That's going to be about 90 degrees or so. I've got my multi-panel. I don't need to look inside the aircraft. There we go. Just turning round to about 90 degrees or so. And we'll line up and do a landing. Sounds good. Yeah, please do Simpad, that'd be great. Yeah. If you do, you can access the original flight sim. So hang on, Russell, have you loaded the DA62 in the sim? Play the original. You talk about the same thing I've lost. Not surprising. Keep it coming, chaps. 664 had a memory upgrade. Really? I never knew you could, Mike. Never knew that was possible with the 64. What's the plane doing? Yes, okay, I'm just keeping an eye to make sure that I'm not going past. That's fine. Where are we? In connection with the old... Go on VFR map. Yeah, okay, I'll line up a little bit better. This airport's quite visible. In fact, it's there. How's that? Let's just get internal. We're going to be close to flaps and gear down, so I'm not too worried about that. So there you go, chaps. What do you think of Ghent and this world update? I like it. I dig this group flight, chaps. Ideally, but it's going to be a couple of weeks at least. Simhanger's got a group flight 2 weeks after us. So 2 weeks on Sunday is this projected group flight. Anyway, come up with something, even if it's just an ad hoc group flight. We like to do that type of thing, don't we? ETLs? Okay, I'll have to check that out, Russ, and I can't quite envision that in my mind. Is it like on a little screen or something? Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, on the PDA screen. Ah, I did not know that. So the Diamond 62 is that? DA 62? Didn't know that. That's an Easter egg I did not know about. There we go. There you go, chaps. Try that. Okay, let's line up. Let's stop being lazy in external view. That's the runway, basically. It's a long runway. So, one of these is not in use. And it's not very clear, but if we land there generally, let's go. Flaps down, gear down. Just, look, I like to watch my landing gear come down. That's why I went external again. And we can take that off autopilot. And just throttle back a wee bit there. Now, I do find myself using my multi-panel trim a lot more nowadays. I didn't use it when I got my multi-panel, but I'm using the multi-panel probably as much as my flight controllers at the moment. Recommended. Still, the multi-panel. One of Russen's mini autopilot units as well, of course. Do have videos on that. I just like the sort of big feel of this though, and with my eyesight it helps. Not bad eyesight, I just work a lot, so I get quite tired. That's when my eyes get tired more. I'm sure you all know that feeling anyway. Alright, there we go. We can line up for this runway, and we're already pretty okay on the approach. No worries. There we go. So yeah, do try that route. So what was it? EBBR to EBUL. E Echo Bravo Uniform Lima. I'm getting good at the phonetic alphabet. That's a full flaps. And we can throttle back. Oh, trim's way out of trim there. Never mind. Throttle back, and then it should bring us down after we've cleared these trees, of course. Are we centered with my view? We are now. And there we go. Now we'll just float it. Do I have my landing rate widget on? I bet you love me saying that, don't you? Let's just see if we can smoke this. Come on, come on. Oh, look at that. 49. To be fair, I did float that quite a bit, but I'll take that as my best so far. But it's only in a GA aircraft. I've had 89 in the 146, which was more impressive. So there you go. So just before I do go, I'll just get outside the aircraft and catch up with chat for one last time. Just see what's happening there. Grabs the seat armrest before landing. You wear trifocals? Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking of laser eye surgery, but there's no way I can earn that. Yeah, video. Rosen, yes, good idea. Good idea. Maybe a short there. That would be fantastic. Not bad, eh, Mike? Let's get back in the aircraft a second and let's just get see if we got centre of the runway. We did. Look at that. 0 bounces. G-force okay, but look at that. Screenshot. Well, it's going to be on YouTube, so you can watch that later. That'll be okay. Always perks like I land. He always parks like I land. Sorry, I misread that. He always parks like I land. Yeah. See, when you see screenshots, I come off the runway because I'm on a live server. I think I don't see anybody else around, so maybe I'm not, but I think I am. Who knows? This only works for about 5 years. I did it 15 years later. Yeah, in trifocals. Yeah, I only started wearing glasses. Well, it was a good time ago now. It could be 5-6 years ago now. My eyes were really strong at one point. Strong enough for being a pilot. I almost went into the RAF. Almost went into it. I got a different job, basically. Thanks, SimPilot. Thank you, everybody. It's just a little tour. You know, I like whenever a city update drops, I try to do one of these videos. Just a little bit late with this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, a lot of you, on Sunday night, I hope. See you soon, chaps.